Okay guys, so now I want to go ahead and give you some offensive strategy for the Alliance Wars. Looks like we started about 9 minutes ago. So the good thing about Alliance Wars, the way that it's set up now, is that if you kill all of their team, then they respawn. So that's important because after the respawn, you get a full, fresh, new set of teams that you can fight, and then you want to try and kill them again. With us, I think we've gotten, the best that you can ever do would be 3 full defeats, because you have 30 people that, or actually you could probably get more, but it's quite difficult to one-shot more than 3 to 4 times. And having everybody in your alliance do one-shotting 3 to 4 times on the whole alliance, again, that's going to be also very difficult. So I think we've gotten to 3 respawns, and that's been the most that we've been able to do. So the techniques, strategies, everything like that, first and foremost is you want to try and go in and clear everybody as fast as possible, so then you have a quicker respawn and quicker for that, so you have more potential to score. So I'll get into my actual heroes and everything like that. The way that we have it established right now, and it's been working really consistently, is your first 2 attacks, you want to bring a team that can completely one-shot the whole defense. So you don't really want to be doing much cleanup right now. Typically, you're going to want to go ahead and clear as much, try and defeat the whole team with the best team that you have possible. And then you do that for 2 hits, and then the 3rd hit, that's what you could be a cleanup hit. Everybody's kind of, with us, we're all pretty equal. We don't have very low level people. Everything's pretty equal, but for other alliances, I could easily see it that it would be beneficial for your top heavy hitters to be clearing the path, doing the most amount of damage, and then having people that don't have as much developed teams to go ahead and clean up. So it's kind of a group effort, but we do benefit from the fact that pretty much just about every single person in our alliance carries their weight quite a bit. And what we found, especially after the first line, it's pretty equal, and then after that, that's when we typically have a pretty large margin of damage that's done on our end. So as far as my team goes, my offensive strategy, I'll get into actually the heroes, because very important. When we found out that Alliance Wars was set up to where you had to have 30 characters that you're using, or 30 heroes that you're using, I immediately stopped trying to push level 70s to level 80. So I have so I have 2 that I could bring to 80 right now, but instead what I've been doing is focusing on all of these 4 stars. So right now you can see that's 15 heroes, and then this is the other 15. So I'm close to having 30 maxed 70s or 80s that I could bring, but I'm gonna actually start leveling more of my healers. So right now I'm actually working on finishing my 2nd set of Boltusk and Curl, which I'll definitely be using today for this war, because you can see those 2 down, those there, and then I have those finished there. Boltusk and Curl have been really beneficial to me. I found what works the best is bringing multiple healers, so I'm going to get a little greedy and have I'm going to try and have 2 healers on each team. So that's 12 healers that I want to go ahead and level up. I think right now I have 8. So and that's kind of what allows me to withstand all the arrows and all the damage that's being dealt from that, and stay alive and be able to keep my heavy hitters alive. And that's actually the way that I typically raid as well right now, to where I've got a pretty high conversion rate on my raiding. So let's actually start battling, and I'll get into what I want to do. So I want to go ahead and go after a team that hasn't been hit. So I'll probably start right here, and probably potentially like a boss as well. So what I'm looking for, they copied our defense because we did the same thing to them the first war. So as you can see, all of them have all red tanks, but I knew that this would catch on, so then I started leveling up a bunch of blue. So I'm fine for this because I figured that this would happen. So I think I have 8 blues right now that are leveled. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then Gunner is okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and build. This is actually a pretty common team that I use to raid. This is actually like my raid team right here. So I'm only going to use 2 against them. And same strategy, you're going to want to get as much diamonds as possible. That's the key in this. So even if it's not a super needed or wanted diamond, you always want to create diamonds. And this is why it's also good too, because with a lot of Z lions that are going to be going around, Curel and Bull Tusk are really good. And that's just about it, guys. Alright, we'll go ahead. Let's go up. Attack here too. Build pretty close to the same team. Probably use a Grim. Hold on, actually. Look at this. So it's 5 colors, so I don't really have. Good. Put Bull Tusk there. Grim, Athena. I'll do. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save my Aslar because I have like a red team that does really well too. Right at Carol. And I'm always trying to see if I can get diamonds. I don't know how much more I can emphasize that. I know a lot of people they complain that I get lucky, but a lot of the times when I'm doing stuff, it's because I know it's going to potentially cause a diamond to be created. So, oh, that there, that there, that there. went through these guys pretty effectively. They're pretty good. And you want to also make sure you're stacking your hero as well. So then what I'm going to do now, these are all done. So then I'll probably wait and do a cleanup hit. So I could probably do my cleanup hit over here. So I can see that there's 2 greens, there's an Albie. That's kind of a trap. This one was probably a better cleanup over here. And we haven't really designated people to be, I guess, determining who's going into what. I'll wait a second and see if anybody comes and does that, but I'm just going to attack here. So, enemy info. So the good news is that I have some decent kind of cleanup guys. Like Sonya will be huge. I'm not going to use any blues on this because I don't need to. And I don't really want to use reds because I have like a 4-color red team that does really well. So this might be a good opportunity to have like Wukong and June. And then maybe like a Sabina, and then like something like that. I think that'll be okay because it still gives me some good stuff. Like I said, I'll set up now. I'll have a red team that usually does really well with Gormek, Falcon, and Aslar, and then I can make another blue team with like Sonya, Boral, and then yeah, we'll go that route. Then I'm obviously going to wait. Alright. Probably overdid it, but I would much rather overdo it than underdo it, if that makes sense. Because you want to make sure that you're utilizing the most amount of flags. So by me bringing a team that I know is going to kill it, defeat it, that doesn't make it so that somebody else has to waste their flag by me not being able to finish it. Because right now we want to try and clear everybody as much as possible. So everything will probably be dead in the next hour. And they're working on me right now. So 182 points is really good going into this, especially at our level. I know that some people have discrepancy as far as people having weird combinations or 25 people in their alliance or whatever, but that's very good for a 30-person team so far. And my goal next round is to try and get two more one-shots. If I can get 4 one-shots, that's pretty incredible. It's really good. So hopefully this helped you out, guys. Gave you some insight as far as what to do, kind of what you're looking for, how to attack, the strategy going into it. And if you could, please do me a favor, subscribe to my channel. That helps me out a ton. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the support.